So, the lolicons are very mad with Asmongold. Asmongold was watching the Summer Game Fest, during which they revealed the new Stellar Blade game. And Asmongold, just like a lot of other people, thought that this character looks really young.
Try taking a hit?
You're acting a little strange today.
Why does she look 12 and talk like she's 30?
Are you a little excited?
Stop saying weird things.
Okay, take it easy.
For real. I gotta play as her?
How's it looking out there?
I can't stand crowds.
Well, apparently, thinking that this character looks underage is a very controversial opinion. There was this word that said, woke be like, ah, yes, of course, if I am uncomfortable with underage characters being sexualized, then automatically that means that I am woke. If I'm not a that means I'm woke. We love women as long as they're androgynous, have broad shoulders, and a man jaw. The moment they look feminine, we hate women. I really like how these people always have to be completely dishonest to be able to defend their positions. People are saying that they think that her face looks underage, and then this guy says, oh, that must mean that you want every woman to look like a transsexual. What? What? Asmongold replied saying, not gonna lie, I think this character looks too young and I don't think her voice actress matches her appearance either. Eve in the first game was perfect, this one I'm not so big of a fan of. Maybe I'm becoming an old man, but that's just my 2 cents. Still looking forward to the game though. And then some guy replies to this, it's because she's Asian, bro. Chill with the too young shit, the mock-up actress is in her 30s. I don't know if it's just me, but when I hear the opinion of a true Goyim, I honestly cannot take it. What is the point of comparing the in-game character with the mock-up actress when you can clearly tell that they look nothing alike? They don't even look like they're the same race. Not to mention that the actress just looks like an adult. No one is gonna look at this woman and mistake her for a child. I remember people were doing something very similar with the first game as well. There were these fat, ugly but were bitching and moaning because Eve looks too sexualized and unrealistic, and then these reports on the internet would be like, no, she doesn't look unrealistic, she's based on a real character, on a real person, and then they would show you the real person that she is supposedly based on, and the real model looks nothing like the in-game character. Literally nothing. She looks completely different. But anyway, Asmongold ended up having a full-on debate with one of these lolicons that is super invested into proving to everyone that he's not a well, I don't know. Personally, if you're really emotionally invested into proving to everyone that you are not a well, you're probably a the exact same way how Chinese have to constantly tell people that they are women, these lolicons have to constantly tell people that they are not So this whole conversation started with this guy on Twitter being mad because Asmongold drew this Venn diagram where he was basically making the argument that there's a lot more overlap between lolicons and dophiles than there is between the average person and and I would actually argue that Asmongold was very generous to lolicons because I think that the overlap is actually significantly bigger, if not just straight up the majority. I'm not gonna go through this whole conversation because it's just not worth it, but the conversation ended with Asmongold giving a pretty good argument where he was responding to the whole take that, oh, it's not real children, so it's okay, we can tell the difference between real and fake, and Asmongold basically made the argument that when a normal straight guy looks at he doesn't look at the gay he doesn't look at furry shit, he looks at women, he looks at drawn women, because that is his sexual orientation. He is attracted to women, but in this case he's looking at drawn women. And if we apply that same logic to lolicons, then, well, if you are someone that is looking at drawn images of children, that is most likely because your sexuality is attracted to children. And I always see these lolicons make this stupid argument where they try saying that, oh, well, if you believe that liking drawn children means that you also like real children, then you must also believe that playing violent video games will make people violent. And the reason why that's a stupid comparison is because our brain doesn't react the same to sexual content the same way it reacts to violent content like video games. When you look at sexual content, you literally get aroused. You get put in the state where you really want to either have sex or to masturbate. When you play violent video games, I don't know, I never get put in a state where I want to go out and start killing people. So that's just a stupid comparison. It's so obviously not the same. But I will say that the new Stellar Blade game does look good. I did like the gameplay that I saw. I think it looks good. It's just that whenever I look at the protagonist's face, I don't see the face of an adult. I see the face of a child.